glancing through the veils of space and time. I sense this week we're diving into 1979's Prophecy. Every movie has random trivia. And here at Trivial Theater, I explore some of these movies, and the random circumstances that make them the weird creations that we love. This week we're diving into 1979's Prophecy. Wait a second. That was weird. Anyway, we start with a roar, a scream, and a sunrise. And although I do love me some early morning carnage, please remember to pick up after yourselves when in the great outdoors. We get a couple of exposition dumps that bring us up to speed on our main characters, Robert and Maggie, as well as some front-loaded commentary on the issues that will inevitably come up later in the movie. In the meantime, our couple is sent to Maine to deal with a land dispute between the Native American tribes and a paper mill trying to take over their lands. We find out that the corporate paper mill folks are typical assholes during a chainsaw versus axe fight that ends with this uncomfortably close shave. A series of strange events, including odd animal mutations and behaviors, are attributed to an ancient Native American legend on one side and chalked up to coincidence on the other. We do get a lovely little moment between our couple. Unfortunately, it goes from romance to rabies-infected raccoon in 20 seconds flat, and from there, it's full-on monster movie mode as they flee for their lives. Right before the hour mark, we get our first glance at what reviews called a giant salami and Smokey the Bear with an advanced acne condition. It's too bad they didn't glance through the veils of space and time to see that both of these would have made more interesting titles than Prophecy. The modeling of the bear was incredibly interesting. However, its movements, were another story. When the mutant bear isn't being acted by 7'2" stuntman Kevin Peter Hall, she was wheeled around on a mechanical dolly, and boy does it show. From here, the bear continues to track them, leading to one of my favorite sequences in the whole movie. There's a solid minute and a half where shit completely hits the fan. It features quick, wide shots that show a ton of chaos with equally crazy music, as the bear attacks everything in sight and the survivors flee. Then we get a stark 2 minutes of silence, punctuated by the periodic breathing of the bear as she tries to seek them out. The shots are tight, claustrophobic, and moodily lit. The chaos starts anew when one of the survivors goes to check on the situation and he's mauled. On a side note, I laughed at this particularly cheesy scene a little too much. Sorry, not sorry? Our dwindling group struggles along, and after fleeing across the lake, a ridiculous amount of bullets, arrows, and finally stabs takes down the bear. So ends the unbearable tale of Prophecy. Or does it? Now, I wouldn't classify Prophecy as a traditionally bad film. The shooting is incredibly solid, and the editing is done with intent. There are some really gorgeous transitions, some that communicate volumes of information. This really feels like the tale of two very distinct stories. On one hand, you've got a deeply serious piece about the state of the US in the late 70s, featuring everything from abortion and Native American land rights to corporate greed and slum housing. On the other, you get this giant slimy bear thing. Now, I'm not saying the two stories don't play well together, but you do get the sense of hitting a wall when you go from this to this. What I'm saying is the bear feels underused, and sometimes feels like it's just thrown in without an idea of what to do with it. In a lot of ways, it lessens the impact of the movie. But it wouldn't be the movie without it. This might be due to the fact that the studio demanded Prophecy be taken from an R down to a PG rating during post-production. The star power of this movie matched the quality of the shooting and editing. You've got John Frankenheimer, director of such classic movies as The Manchurian Candidate, Birdman of Alcatraz, and Grand Prix. On the actor side, you've got Armand Assante, Tyler Shire, and the interestingly named Evan Evans. According to the credits, they even had mimes! The film was shot under incredibly tight security. Crew and actors had to pledge not to reveal any elements of the story, and a retired CIA agent was hired to supervise the security. This movie was not half-assed, but effort doesn't always translate into a successful movie. Every director has at least one cringy film. Prophecy is visually interesting and well edited. Overall, I enjoyed it, but like the Whedon cut of the Justice League movie, there's something missing, and I can't exactly say what it is. Maybe the R rating would have completed the story better, or maybe it would have just added fluff. We'll never know. Special thanks to Teresa for the recommendation. It was a very interesting experience. See what I did there? Okay, I'll just get on with it. So what do you think? Suggestions for movies, trivial questions, comments, ratings, and another epic chainsaw v axe duel would be appreciated. Thank you so very much for watching.